Wisconsin, America's dairy heartland, the land of cheese curds, milk mustaches, and Packers' pride. But lately, the only thing curdling faster than cream is the mood of local farmers. Once known as America's Dairyland, Wisconsin has built an entire economy and culture around milk, cheese, and agriculture. But now, that identity is under siege. When the U.S. slapped tariffs on Canadian aluminum, steel, and dairy, Canada didn't just take it on the chin, they hit back. And guess who was in the crosshairs? You got it, Wisconsin. Wisconsin produces more than 30 billion pounds of milk annually. But when Canada imposed retaliatory tariffs on U.S. dairy, demand for Wisconsin exports took a direct hit.
Suddenly, shipping cheese to Canadian shelves wasn't just unprofitable, it was nearly impossible. We had contracts. We had customers in Ontario. Overnight, they disappeared. Now we're dumping milk we can't sell.
Tariffs weren't just a policy move, they were a punch to the gut. Canadian buyers turned to domestic dairy and even European alternatives, leaving Wisconsin producers high and dry. And it's not just the milk that soured. Wisconsin's paper industry, once one of the largest in the United States, relies on Canadian pulp imports and cross-border sales. Those retaliatory tariffs? They made raw material costs spike and exports drop. Companies began tightening belts and handing out pink slips. Even digital age aside, the paper industry still supports tens of thousands of jobs across the state. Tariffs turned that quiet strength into a slow bleed. Let's not forget Wisconsin's cranberries, soybeans, and corn, all of which were part of Canada's hit list. The ripple effects reached every corner of rural life. You know, they say this trade war is about pride, but what good is pride when your farm's underwater? From farm subsidies barely covering losses to co-ops shutting down, the landscape has changed. And despite public support for standing tough against Canada, behind closed doors, many farmers are asking the real question: at what cost? Tariffs have become a political litmus test in Wisconsin. Some cheer the tough stance, while others are demanding relief, or even reversal. Politicians walk a tightrope, caught between national pride and economic survival. And Donald Trump? He's still a favorite here. But, even his supporters are starting to sweat.
They're taxing our cheese? I love cheese. That's criminal, very criminal.
If you thought dairy farmers had it rough, just wait until you see what happened in Indiana, where the trade war struck at the very core of America's manufacturing engine. From steel to soybeans, this state became ground zero for economic whiplash. You really don't want to miss how Indiana fits into this cross-border showdown.